Hey, what's up? It's Parm, and in this video, I'm going to be giving my point of view on Halo Campaign Evolved, as I recently played through every Halo campaign on Legendary, and yes, I'm even talking about Halo 2, because that one's special. But this trailer that 343 released, this was them showing off their work, and the game is almost ready to launch at this point, and I urge you, do not pre-order it. If anything, don't buy it when it launches and just wait a week or two for actual people to get the game and play it and review it, not a game reviewer or a game journalist, because we all know they don't know what the hell they're doing. But this was them showing off this Unreal Engine 5 move, and that, this was Halo into the next generation essentially. But when you slow things down and look at what's happening, it's a little worrying. Like right here, this is like a cutscene that they made. This isn't even like gameplay. Like, this was like somebody made this, and still there's so many details that are just messed up. And this was, again, something that they are showing off. Maybe they fix it, maybe they don't. I have no idea. But also, the person who is playing through this campaign, I mean, this seems to me like it was on easy, because they're just essentially being ignored by the AI, and even if they are shooting at them, they're missing like 80% of their shots, and it just feels like it's on easy mode. And there's weird things like the elites talk shit to you even after they're dead. Like, it happens right here. And this isn't the only time it happens through this playthrough. And my first worry is that this Unreal Engine move is basically so they can hire cheaper developers that don't have to learn Slipspace or Blam engine and how it works, and then work on it. They can just hire people, whatever, and have them do stuff. But this modernization, like, look at the middle of the screen. Look at the crosshair here. Is a crosshair not important in a first-person shooter? I mean, if modernization means you put in a bunch of lighting effects and shiny keys, and then you are forced to add in hit markers and hit registration marks because no one can tell what the fuck is happening inside the crosshair because of all the neon lights, well, then I'm old-fashioned. I mean, compare this to the older game, and there's bullet effects and there's effects, but you can still place shots and see what's happening. Like, you can clearly see what's happening in the crosshair, and I feel like this is a conscious choice, not just something that was a limitation of the time. So, I don't know about this modern stuff, but my first worry is we're moving to Unreal so we can hire cheaper developers and we can make games cheaper. Nothing to do with next generation and the new iteration of Halo. My second worry is trying to make one engine feel like another is going to lose out on what makes Halo Halo. Because even Valve and the Counter-Strike devs, and again, Valve made the Source 1 engine, and they made the Source 2 engine, and since CS2's launch, it has had so many problems with trying to make the game feel like the old Source 1 engine, because it's on the new Source 2 engine, and these are essentially the same engines made by the same people, and they are still struggling to make those games feel similar to each other. So I feel like it's going to be a lot more of a work and a conscious effort into little details to make a completely different engine feel like another completely different engine. And I just don't know if 343 has the attention to detail to make that happen. My third worry is unfaithful diversion from the source material. Because, I mean, let's just be honest here. 343 does not have a good track record of sticking to source material. I mean, Halo 4 was just weird. Halo 5 seemed like you were trying to get B-list celebrities and, you know, hype them up. I don't really know. I mean, Halo 5 was a complete mess of a game. And then they made Campaign Evolved Remastered already, which was absolute disaster. And then they made Halo 2 Anniversary, which is basically Halo 4 but Halo 2. And it's just eh. I don't like it. The only good thing that I can say about these games and the MCC edition is that I can still play the classic Halo. That's one of the best things that 343 has ever done, has basically been copy Bungie's original work and paste it and call it theirs, which is also is another point that I don't really like. I don't like the philosophy of that. You were placed on this mantle of success built upon by other people who literally gave this to you, and you treat them with such disrespect. It's disgusting. Even something as simple as taking the... When you finish a Halo game in MCC, you finish a campaign, there's no credits. There's no thank you to the Bungie team. There's no nothing. It just ends and it takes you back to the menu. I mean, it's just sad. All these people who loved and cared for this franchise, they built a franchise of insane global success that so many people loved, can care about, and still to this day love and care about. And they just took it, reaped the rewards of it, and don't even say thank you. Hell, they don't even give them jobs. But I mean, we already know what's happening. If you don't, look it up. Bungie, or 343 Studios, Halo Studios, does not hire original Bungie devs that worked on the original Halos. It's because they don't like them. I don't know. They're trying to make it theirs or whatever. And that's one thing, is it's like, sure, you can take a game and make it yours, but it's kind of difficult when you're taking somebody else's successful project and you've turned it into an unsuccessful project. To me, logically thinking, that means that you need to go back and get help from the original people who made it a success. It's just as simple as that. I don't understand how it could not be more simple.
Use the hollow panel to shut down the security
it's just honestly, like it's just insanely simple. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put up some clips, okay, of going back and forth in the library, which again, the library is supposed to be this scary, spooky level. This is like you have just encountered the flood, you're learned the flood, and this is your first like big hit of the flood, you know, outside of going through the elevators and stuff like that, in the jungle. But like, you know, this is a scary horror enemy, and the mood of it is dark. Watch here, I'll put it up on screen right now. And so this place is supposed to be dark, spooky. It's the reason why you have the flashlight. You have the flashlight to light up only a small area of what you can see. And it's one of the most simple things that horror games use, but then you switch to the remaster graphics and you don't need the flashlight because everything is already so bright. I mean, it's one of the most simple, small things. Like, dark plus small flashlight equals suspense and scaring the player, the one who's experiencing this. And they just completely just neglected that and totally left that out. Like, and again, this isn't like, oh, they would have made a bright, cooler area, but you know, the graphics back then sucked. Like, no, that's not the point of what's going on. The point is they're not trying to show off what they can do graphically. They are trying to create a feeling and an experience for the player. You guys, half the time, most of the time in the remaster, it just feels like you're trying to show off, oh, look what we can do with graphics and lighting. But even then, in another clip that comes up, they get the lighting completely wrong. It doesn't make sense. But again, so this is basically the third worry, is that they're gonna stray away from the source material. I don't know what they're gonna do with the story. I don't know how they're gonna incorporate Reach. Shit, they might even make it that we won the Battle of Reach. At this point, I just don't know what the hell is going on with 343 lore and 343 Halo. But it's this is fighting the flood in remaster graphics, by the way, which brings me back to just being able to see what the heck is going on in the game is important. But anyways, they've already strayed away. They're adding sprinting into CE, which like, I don't know, it's just like, is it modern, is it not really? And there's always the thing of basically your full speed is running in CE. You were always running, but you're a trained soldier, so you can run at full speed and shoot, you know. But now we have a sprint animation, and you can't do anything. Your gun is down and your arms are coming up and down, and it's just like, okay, I guess. Like, it just, I don't know, it doesn't add anything to the game. It's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, why? But anyways, so we add sprinting, we add hit markers, we add checkpoints on, like, to tell you where to go constantly, which again loses out on some of the feeling of what's happening, the experience. When you first land on the ring, you're supposed to be lost. And we'll touch on that in a little bit later. I'll show some clips of that. But here's what I'm talking about with the lighting. Like, look at this hallway. It is so bright. It is so bright. And then there's this orange light. Where is this orange light coming from? It looks like the sun. If you go to the original, there are orange lights up there, but you notice the lighting is detailed and it makes sense. The orange light is around where the orange light is, or the yellow goldish light. But then in the remaster, there's just bright ass orange. From where? So we'll just go on to the fourth worry that I have, and that's taking resources away from the older games. Like, the MCC is basically all we have. It's all we have left of playing Golden Age Halo, the Halo that we all loved, most of us grew up with, the Halo that started it all. It's just about our last place to do that with each other, because once we lose that, that's it. All you can do is just play it by yourself on an Xbox 360 if you still have one, and if you still have discs that work. MCC is awesome. I love that I get to play the original Halos with incredible performance of modern computing technology. And I'm not limited to an old Xbox 360 that might just red ring who knows when. I absolutely love that. And I'm just really worried that this is going to be them making new stuff and starting to forget the old stuff. And I really hope that they capture the small details that make CE, like this.
Wow, he's taller than I thought.
Good to see you, sir. Welcome to the party.
It's a mess, sir. We're scattered all over this valley. We called for evac, but until you showed up, I thought we were cooked.
Don't worry, Sergeant. We'll stay here until evac arrives.
Heads up! I got a Covenant dropship heading in.
The sounds, the dialogue, the NPCs and how they interact with you. It's just such a big part of what makes CE. There's times when it's funny, there's times when it's action-packed, there's times when it's scary, there's times when it'll make you sad. It is just such an all-around great experience. and that carries through to every other Halo. One of the coolest parts about the other Halos is it feels like you're in a world. They make these worlds so detailed, and some of them you can just walk around and explore wherever the hell you want. And it just feels like it goes from playing Halo to playing Mirror's Edge, when you can just parkour and walk all over the map. It just feels much more real and immersive than simple graphics, simple, high fidelity modern graphics ever could. Because if you have incredible new graphics, but you have invisible walls everywhere and a super linear map, it's not really immersive. It just feels like I'm a bowling ball going down a lane with bumpers on. I'm just slamming into the wall and going down the path that's been preset for me. But with older Halo games, I feel like I'm in a world. I'm in a world experiencing a world and a story that's happening that I am a part of. It feels like a movie that's being written, directed, and watched by me at the same time. It's just so unreal, and it's a part of the old Halo games' charm. Is not that they get the player engaged by doing repetitive daily quests. No, they get the player feeling and experiencing this incredible work. It's just unreal, and it's the reason why they were so successful. And so I hope that they don't forget that that was a part of the Halo experience also. Like, you could go off into places where the map just kind of stopped existing, but the fact that you were able to have the freedom to do there and to go that is a part of the greatness that this game was. And it led to so many crazy glitches and bugs and all these cool things that the community can do with this strangeness that is Halo. It's a sci-fi game, and it feels like it. And I really struggled to play through Halo 4 and Halo 5. It just felt like the soul of Halo had been zapped out of the game. And the story, didn't really care for it. The music felt more like background noise than it felt like it was an amplification to the experience that was happening. And now I'm not going to lie, okay? I think we all know that not everything in Halo 4 was horrible. Because Halo 4 Cortana, I think, is probably the most recognized and favored Cortana outside of 2 and 3, probably. But I just really hope that we don't lose the original Halo, and that this, when they say faithful, I just ask them how faithful, because the health system is gone. There's hit markers, there's sprinting. It feels like we're trying to just make the Halo CE campaign in Infinite's Forge. Kind of what it's appearing like to me. And I really hope that they capture that feeling that everybody got when they first landed on Halo for the very first time. Because the PlayStation players who've never played Halo deserve the full experience. And I want to leave you with that. This experience. If you've never experienced it, enjoy. And if you have, try to imagine your first time landing on this ring and what it felt like for you. Peace. More videos to come.
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? At last. Are you all right? Can you move? Yeah, there's the impact. There's nothing we can do. Warning. I've detected multiple Covenant dropships on approach. I recommend moving into those hills. If we're lucky, the Covenant will believe that everyone aboard this lifeboat died in the crash,